How are you all doing? Greetings from the Crypto Blitz, where you may get your fix of cryptocurrency. I'm Ripple Van Winkle, your host. I hope that today is fantastic for everyone. Baby, it's Friday. The weekend is lengthy, and it excites me. But the topic of discussion in this episode is stable coins. We are discussing restrictions. There is a reason why we are so incredibly close. We are going to dissect it. After that, we'll go into XRP. The charts will be examined. We're about to blow up, therefore we're going to examine Bitcoin's dominance. Without further ado, take a seat back and unwind. Let's get started. $19,913 for Bitcoin. It's down right now. 72% throughout the previous day. At $25.94, Ethereum is coming in. Right now, it's down around 2%. With a price of $2.39, XRP is still in fourth place. Here, we're not in a bad place. I'm pleased with what the markets are showing me. I do think that Bitcoin will soon reach its next peak of roughly 120K. We'll relax once again when it hits there. We will reevaluate. And RZ, stop this. XRP is going to knock on the door and try out its resistive area between $270 and $3. The entire market will change as a result of the Genius Act. Let's first grasp what this clip is before we play it. The regulation of stable coins will be the focus of this important piece of legislation. As you can see, the Senate passed this law a few days ago by a vote of 66 to 32. That is enormous. Now that this bill is moving forward, perhaps we can pass it into law. Liquid assets like cash or U.S. Treasury bonds must be used to back stable coins one-to-one. Why is this so large? It all relates to the announcement that was made this morning, though. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citibank, and JP Morgan are all trying to get together. Currently, they are all seated at the table discussing investing in a stable coin. Instead of producing their own stable coins, they united to create a stable coin. Do you not believe they have knowledge that we do not? What are they aware of? It's really easy. They are aware that this brilliant law governing stable currency is on the verge of being passed. These high-ranking bankers have insider knowledge. They understand because they know folks who attend these meetings and sit on Trump's board. They are therefore becoming more advanced. They are therefore prepared to leave. This would be a nothing burger for them if stable coin legislation never materialized or was never even considered, and if this law was never going to pass. However, the fact that they are gathering and actively discussing it indicates that this bill will succeed. Meanwhile, Ripple is attending the same meetings as these bankers. They are both at the White House for the same occasions. Because they see that stable coins will rule the market for the next 5 to 10 years, you see Ripple launching stable coins in all these different countries. One just appeared with the browser group. We have a MiCA compliant and the PA-POW one, which is testing the US dollar. They're pursuing the big market and coin youngster. And he makes a pretty accurate statement here. Look, he says, the trend is on your side. Here, Bitcoin's dominance will continue to grow. We'll surpass 70% dominance. At the moment, we're lounging around like a 63-64%. Altcoin season hasn't arrived yet. However, that does not imply that all coins will not rise. It just indicates that Bitcoin will rise significantly. Bitcoin is going to run and all other coins will follow. Your goal on Bitcoin is between 175 and 225. That will arrive by November. Look, I'm keeping an eye on XRP's weekly resistance level, Crypto Insight added. Since our local peak in January, this might be the first time we close above the trend line each week. We demonstrated this to you yesterday along with the bullish cross on the RSI. It's worth keeping an eye out for. The weekly close is when? You have a few days, but here is the picture. Prepare yourselves because there will be explosions if we can close over $244 on the weekly and you notice that the RSI at the bottom is crossing over. Take a listen to his thoughts here. In my opinion, the next leg up for alts is approaching due to the bearish divergences, the position of Bitcoin on the liquidity charts I've been giving you guys on X, and the appearance of XRP in relation to both Bitcoin and ETH. And the top might be vying for Bitcoin's supremacy, so basically, buckle up and prepare. We can still make corrections. Does not exclude Bitcoin from making corrections. Alts are still capable of correcting. However, it does indicate that I believe a move is imminent or at least close to happening. For example, when I say around the corner, it may literally mean hours, days, or weeks. And since I discuss take-profit plans, controlling your emotions, and other things like that, I would really appreciate it if you would read the newsletter. For that reason, I believe that the market is about to enter a phase where everyone will go a little wild. I'm going to leave you there, though. That's all I'm going to say. I believe so. Look, alt season is on the horizon. We are aware that Bitcoin is still active. We observe all of the Bitcoin and the impending scarcity of supply. Goldman, BlackRock, and Fidelity are all purchasing as much Bitcoin as they can, and either the OTC or exchanges are running out of bits. The exchanges will be their only source. Do you know what happens when so much money needs to be used to purchase something that isn't readily available on the market? The cost is really high. Here, XRP is in a similar situation, particularly when these ETFs are introduced. We have witnessed the ETP that is presently taking place in Europe. The quantity of XRP they have locked up is evident. Due to its location, hundreds of millions of XRP have been taken out of circulation and are now locked up. There will be many more ETFs than the 18 that we currently know about. And since these are spot ETFs, we are looking at more than 1 billion XRP that will need to be taken out of circulation if we figure out how much is locked up in the one ETP that is now active. Credible Crypto released this. Even though I am enthusiastic about my other holdings and their potential for growth in the upcoming months, no other altcoin in the space has a shorter time frame, and pulsive structures as clean as XRP has had off its lows, he says. There is no reason to be concerned about the chop/consolidation we are witnessing on XRP at the $2 range. The following leg up will be more explosive the longer we chop in the smaller range. Although you are aware that we are cutting in a range, you have seen XRP. I arrived here in 2017. After going through these bizarre ranges, it blows up. Exactly what we witnessed in November. We performed a 5 to 6x or even a 7x after going from a 50 to 60C XRP. I believe we about reached 350 on it. That's a 700% increase. It's an explosion. We demonstrated the movement and the data yesterday, and if we simply assume that XRP is $2, we see that same 5 to 7 times. We anticipate XRP to be between $10 and $14. Credible Crypto now predicts that XRP will rise between $20 and $30. I am available for it. This is the XRP chart that we are now examining. These are the lies. Could it be a coincidence that the resistance zone we discussed is located exactly between 618 and 786, the golden pocket that will be the most difficult to breach on XRP? It's time to go once this zone is broken, people. Based on my observations and beliefs, I think that this will occur around June. Between $270 and $3, this area will be targeted once again. After that, there will be a parabolic rise with a 4 to 6 XRP target as the first halt. Then, at the end of Q3 or the start of Q4, there will be a parabolic blow up top on XRP and all other coins, but we can ride this thing up to a target of $20 to $30. Take the ETFs into account. Contribute to the conclusion of the dispute between Ripple and the SEC. Last but not least, take into account significant announcements from Ripple and more reliable coin alliances that will be using the XRP ledger, which requires them to use XRP. The possibilities are endless. Among the cleanest charts in the entire cryptocurrency space is this one. Something amazing is about to happen for XRP in 2025, so buckle up and get ready. It is on its way to us and we all deserve it. I'll just leave it at that. Look, wash your hands, be courteous to one another, and be pleasant. It's Ripple Bwinkle.